Good morning to all. Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Kadilmeedin College, Adiramanam, Thanjavur District, Tamil Nadu, under UGC Eco-Friendly and Sustainable Campus Development in Higher Education Campus Sustainability Office, organized a webinar on role of youth in eco clubs and sustained development of nature in India to celebrate the founder of our institution, Kalvi Tandai Haji Janab S.M. Sheikh Jalaluddin. At the outset, I appreciate and express my sincere thanks to our Secretary, Janab H.J. Abul Hassan, for the permission and encouragement to organize this webinar in a great success. I also appreciate our Principal, Dr. M. Muhammad Moideen, and Vice Principal, Major Dr. P. Kanabadi, and another Vice Principal, Dr. A. Sheikh Abdul Qadir, for their great support to organize this webinar. In this occasion, I appreciate the resource person Dr. B. Ram Manohar, National Green Corps, Department of Environment, Chennai, for his kind acceptance to deliver the topic Role of Youth in Eco Clubs and Sustained Development of Nature in India. The success of this webinar is based on the hard work of our convener and organizing secretary Dr. K. Muthukumaravel, Dean of Science and Assistant Professor of Zoology, and another organizing secretary Dr. J. Sumaran, Assistant Professor of Zoology. In this context, I appreciate them for the great success of this webinar. Real success of this webinar is based on registered participants. Therefore, I appreciate all the participants of this webinar program. Thank you.
It is my great pleasure to begin the welcome address with the remembrance of the great philanthropist, our Kalvi Tandai Haji SMS Sheikh Jalaluddin. I am Dr. K. Muthukumaravel, Assistant Professor of Zoology and Organizing Secretary of this webinar. Respected Secretary Sir, Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, Dean of Arts and Research, HODs, faculty members, and dear participants. Good morning to all. On behalf of Kadilmeedin College, Adirampattinam, I have a great pleasure to welcome all participants to the webinar on role of youth in eco clubs and sustained development of nature in India. I would like to thank our Secretary Sir and Principal Sir for their constant support and encouragement to conduct this webinar. It gives me great honor to introduce today's resource person, Dr. B. Ram Manohar, Coordinator, National Green Corp, Department of Environment, Chennai. He has completed his MSc degree with the University Silver Medal. He has completed Doctor of Philosophy in the Department of Zoology, University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. He has worked as PG teacher of Zoology, Government Higher Secondary School. He has been awarded Sutruchulal Sudaroli in 2003 by the Department of Environment, Government of Tamil Nadu. He has published 10 books, 20 research articles, and 120 popular articles in related to environmental studies in the reputed journals. So we have a relevant, suitable, eminent personality in the field of environment as resource person. On behalf of Secretary Sir and Principal Sir, I request our Chief Guest to address the audience. Thanks a lot.
Good morning, friends, professors, and my dear students. I am very happy to meet you in this webinar conducted by the Kadilmeedin College, Department of Zoology, on the UGC Eco-Friendly Sustainable Campus in Higher Education Institutions and IQAC. Here I am very thankful to Chief Patron of this program and Coordinator, Head of the Department, Dr. Hamzat, and Convener, Dr. Muthukumaravel, and Mr. Coordinator and Organizing Secretary, Dr. J. Sukumaran. Here we are going to talk about on the topic of role of youth in eco clubs and sustainable development in nature of our country, India. What is the problem in conserving nature in India? Nature in India is almost deteriorating due to the population rise and the pollution and the poverty. For the past 20 years, the environmental issues are emerging and it is the top of the global agenda in the context of climate change. The collective endeavor for protection of environment is need of the hour. Here, our voluntary participation in all sections of the society, particularly students, because it is not environmental science education, it is environmental education. So, what is the need of environmental education in our country? Because population increase, rapid urbanization and industrialization, increasing needs of energy, and they have impacted the availability of natural resources, besides during the quality of environment deterioration. Environmental damages already inflicted cannot be reversed. Damages already inflicted cannot be reversed because unless collective thinking, will and effort of our future generation like you, youth and college students, this will be very serious in future. So we are in need of environmental education. Here we have to start the eco clubs in all colleges and higher educational institutions. Why eco clubs are in need of conservation? Eco clubs is a program aimed to spread the environmental awareness among youth, particularly college and university students, and it involves the environmental related activities. Because youth and children are definitely the most important segment of our population and the future custodians of nature. Here we have to think about the voice of Greta Thunberg, a Sweden climate young activist who was 17 years old at the UN organization, got international recognition. She told humanity is facing existential crisis and she criticized all the world leaders for the failure to take sufficient action and address to the climate issues of the world. Therefore, you, our college students, are full of energetic, young, enthusiastic warriors who can combat against the problems in conservation of environment with the coordination of government agencies and voluntary organizations. Because as per the Article 51A of Indian Constitution, it is a duty of every citizen to protect the environment, water and wildlife resources and nature of our country. Because if we get good environment only, we have to develop our country with good health for all people. According to our new education policy 1986, environment education, awareness and training is a scheme implemented by the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, New Delhi. First of all, we have to see what is the environment. Already you have studied in your zoology and botany and biology subjects about the environment. Environment is an aggregate of all external factors and its influences affecting the life and development of living organisms and non-living organisms. Ultimately, we can say the interrelationship between the living organisms and non-living organisms. So, what is environmental science and environmental education? Environmental education is based on the awareness and information which will lead to the change of behavior and the attitude of youth and public of our country, but not environmental science. Environmental science is an education and science based upon the facts on the physical natural environment. But environmental education is the helping to change the attitude and behavior of each and every citizen of our country. Why we have to study the environment through eco clubs in colleges and universities? First one is practice of sustainable development within the college campus. local area, places where people living and country. Second thing, better understanding by students and society about the interrelationship of physical and biological factors and utilization of its sustainable use. Third one, emerging with new environment friendly technologies of society for the sustainable development. Fourth one, to manage the environment properly by youth and college authorities must be considered. Before going to Eco Club formation and activities, we have to see the history of environmental in education and the history of environmental education in worldwide. In 1948, Aldo Leopold created the American Environment Movement, and he has done a lot of awareness activities, and he has written a book on nature to protect the nature, a Sandy County Almanac. It was published posthumously in 1949. In 1960s and 62s also, these American movements were very enormous. At that time, in 1962, Rachel Carson published a book on Silent Spring because of lot of chemicals and DDT, that is particularly DDT, dimethyl-dichlorotriethane, that chemical spoiled and deteriorated the bird population of America. In 1963, Wallace Stegner and Stuart Woodall and John F. Kennedy published a environmental problem based book, Quiet Crisis. In 1972 only, all the other movements came together, and governments were realizing that something we have to do to protect the nature and environment. So, UNO organized Stockholm Conference on Human Environment. This 1972 year conference made a remarkable journey in environmental education and awareness. Around 150 countries participated in that conference from the world. It was decided to create the awareness and education among public in all over the world. Eco Club subjects we have to discuss, that we can discuss it after one by one on the natural resources, ecosystem, biodiversity, environment pollution, human population, field work, and we can study the Eco Club subjects each and every college. Now we can see the campus activities of the Eco Clubs in the colleges. How we can plan these Eco Campus activities in your college. During the academic year inauguration, we have to start with the June World Environment Day. At that time, we have to do some activities on the recycling of wastages and World Environment Day celebration. In July month, we can do so many activities regarding the auditing of natural resources by forming various groups like blue group, green group, yellow group and brown group and another groups to clean the environment in the campus itself. We can divide the activities for each and every group. First, in water team, they have to audit the water expenditure of the campus. Likewise, land team, that is called brown team, they have to conduct the cleaning activities and how they are monitored by the administrative officials of the campus. Likewise, we can do different groups of activities. Air pollution of various vehicles and two-wheelers which are all coming to the campus may be monitored, and how they are polluting the environment may be audited. How can we do this kind of auditing? Eco Club students may involve this kind of activities by getting the training from the proper orientation. Likewise, energy team can do auditing of the electricity of the campus, how it can be reduced in every month. Likewise, in August also, if we are doing that anti-atomic day celebration or awareness program, we can do so many activities inside the campus, that is called waste management scheme, that is campus hygiene, waste recycling. Like here, biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste awareness may be created, and practically we can collect the biodegradable waste from all over the campus, and we can do the composting of that biodegradable waste. Likewise, non-biodegradable waste like plastics can be removed from that area and it can be recycled. Here in September, actually we can conduct the program on the awareness of ozone day, but at the same time we can do some activities related with the competitions: drawing competition, painting competition, elocution competition, quiz competition, and environment expo, that is called exhibition of the environmental oriented materials. Here, these kind of competitions and conducting exhibitions may give awareness to the all the students of the campus, besides the eco club students. In this environmental expo, we can have wood theme, how to reduce the waste, and what are the sanctuaries in and around the area of that district or particular college area. Likewise, we can do some activities inside the campus. In October month, as usual, it is a northeast monsoon period of that area in our district. We can do wildlife week celebrations, and we can do natural management of disaster management in that campus itself, because rain, so much of rain is coming in that month, and the cyclone will be coming, so local area people will be affected. So we can create the awareness how to protect themselves from the natural disasters. In November also, this kind of programs may be conducted inside the college. In the college campus, we can create the Diwali awareness programs, how we can reduce the crackers usage and how it is being polluting the air and the environment, and how it all this air pollution is hazardous to the public people. In December, actually it is the end of the year, but at the time of the end of the year, International Biodiversity Day may be conducted inside the college campus. Likewise, in January, Bogi, smokeless Bogi celebrations may be conducted, and the problem of air pollution may be discussed inside the campus itself. In February, World Wetlands Day is there. February 2nd is World Wetlands Day. Wetlands means a lot of lakes and ponds, rivers, how it can be protected from the water pollution and other solid waste management pollutions. So likewise, we can conduct the campus activities. We can do another component, that is called the societal activities. In every month from the June to February, March, we can do lot of local societal awareness activities from the June. The same thing may be repeated inside the village, or we can adopt one village in and around the college campus from June. The same World Environment Awareness. In July, we can do tree plantation program in the village or where those people are living in that area. We can also create the awareness of the natural disasters, tree plantation, protection of animals, and herbal garden. These kind of awareness may be conducted by the rallies and meetings, seminars, and exhibitions also from the June to February of every academic year. So we have 3 components in the Eco Club activities. That is, first one is orientation. First, students must be oriented by the lecturer of the college who is in charge of that eco club. Then these 40 students may be taken to the society through campus. These campus students may get awareness from the eco club students and the lecturer of that area. Likewise, societal people will be benefited by these eco clubs. Here, eco club youth are always having interest, only can do these kind of activities. So, the change of behavior and each and every eco club student may, by attitude only, it will come. So, attitudinal change will lead to the behavior, behavioral change will lead to the action. So, action oriented programs like projects, eco camps may be conducted in adapted villages also. So, eco clubs will be giving direct orientation to the local college students as well as the local common people. Here you can associate with the government agencies, Panchayat, municipality and municipal corporation, health department, forest department. They will also help you to conduct the programs. Likewise, here the change of students' attitude must be very important. That is the eco club's aim. Therefore, I want to say one thing. If every student is having the attitude on the conservation of nature, then only his behavior will change in the garbage management, tree plantation, in everything like that. Then only his action will be changed. These three things will be taking each and every eco club student to the campus students as well as the societal people. So these 40 students will be given fruitful certificate or award, best student award, best eco club student award may be given by the administration of the college. Here I want to say one thing. If students changes in conservation attitude, then only our college will change. Our college changes, automatically this local area will be changing. This is the aim of the eco club. Therefore, our eco club activities must be directly oriented with the practical utility of that conservation. This is the components of the three components of the eco club's activities. Let us see the subjects on environmental education to be taught in colleges and eco clubs of our higher educational institutions. First, we have to study about the natural resources, that is renewable and non-renewable resources. So here we are going to study about the various kind of forests, water sources, mineral sources, food sources, energy sources and land also. Then we have to study about the ecosystems. Different kind of ecosystems are found in the world. First, we have to talk about the aquatic ecosystem that can be divided into the marine ecosystem and freshwater ecosystem. Then we have to study about the terrestrial ecosystem. Here also we can see about the forests, grasslands, deserts and all. Then we have to move on the biodiversity of these ecosystems. Because biodiversity is a very important component of the ecosystems. Living things are all more birds, animals, microorganisms, plants and various medicinal plants are found in this component. In our country, India, these biogeographical zones divided into 8 places. Here 16 forest types are there. These biogeographical zones are having different kind of animals, plants and birds. First we can see about the Western Ghats, then Eastern Ghats, then peninsular India, that is called Deccan Plateau, Himalayan realm and northeast area, desert area. Likewise, we are having the Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, and these Hindu Mahasamudra. Likewise, our ecosystems are terribly different, and they are having diversified flora and fauna, and in each and every ecosystem they are having different kind of communities. Next topic, we have to study about the environment pollution, because pollution, how it happens. If we are having so much of population, they are leading to the poverty life, and their life is affected by the poverty and pollution. They don't be hygienic, and their life is creating the pollution. Not only this kind of pollution, air pollution is there, water pollution is there, noise pollution is there, and now we are having the land pollution, and this land pollution is mainly based on the plastics. This awareness of plastics and ban of plastics already conducted by the Government of India and the Government of Tamil Nadu, and the Government of Tamil Nadu has banned the plastics, once use plastics in 2020 January 1. Now we have to talk about the human population. Human population is the almost important component of the environmental education, because population growth and human health and human rights, they are all interconnected, and value education of the population and AIDS awareness, women and child welfare, and the integrated computer teaching in environment is also one of the component in the Eco Club subjects. Above all the theoretical subjects, we have to talk about the field work, because we are going to work for the society and people, so we must learn about the proper problems in the field. So these students must be taken to the nearby sanctuaries of the college area or the district, and the polluted areas also can be shown to them, because they can get the two sides of that environment. Only the healthy environment we can see in the pond, lake and sanctuaries, forest, and polluted environment we can see in the urban areas and city areas. So the students will be realizing the problems of this pollution and the impact of humans, the unwanted activities on the environment. So we can see likewise the subjects. Now we can talk about the objectives of the Eco Clubs. Why we have to give the environmental education to the youth? To make youth understand the environment and environmental problems. To provide environmental education, proper guidance and orientation must be needed. To utilize the unique position of college youth, and they are the conduits of societies at a large. Here, they can facilitate the youth participation in decision making of the local area related for pollution problems and environmental conservation activities. Then we can bring the youth into the direct contact with the environment problems and facing the society about this. The society means here local society where the students are living and the college students are coming. This kind of decision making will lead them to bring solutions for the environmental problems. Then to involve the youth, the activity based projects may be conducted related with the local environment in each and every Eco Club. Each college must be having one Eco Club. That Eco Club will have 40 members. That 40 members will lead by the student chairman or student leader of the Eco Club. So entire Eco Club is guided by the professor coordinator or lecturer coordinator with the special orientation on the environmental education. Because in school education also, these kind of Eco Clubs are in the name of National Green Corps. Here the students are having that environmental education in all schools. Likewise, Eco Clubs in colleges have three components to conduct the various activities of the eco clubs. That is, first one is called orientation. Orientation to the students and teachers of that college. Second one is campus activities. Third one is called societal activities. That means local area activities. We can divide these three components into a year. From the college reopening of every academic year, that means May, June or July. From the June, they can do the activities up to the April of the year, academic year. So, first of all, we can conduct the World Environment Day, and the orientation must be given to the selective students and they can conduct the World Environment Day, importance of the World Environment Day, and we can conduct the competitions, seminars and all in the June month. Besides this, in July, they can know the environmental problems in the local areas, natural resources and their utilization. Here in July month, they can conduct the Vana Mahotsavam celebration. They can involve in the tree plantation activities. So, this kind of orientation activities, apart from the academic education, in August they can conduct for the waste generation projects, and in August also anti-atomic day is being celebrated. Likewise, in September they can conduct the ozone awareness day. In November, in October they can conduct a lot of activities regarding the natural disasters, because our area is having a northeast monsoon, so much of rain and cyclones are coming. So students may be involved in the recovery activities of the affected people in their local area. In November, Natural Resources Day can be conducted, and in December also International Biodiversity may be celebrated. Energy Day and Anti-Pollution Day may be celebrated. Likewise, in the January New Year, people are welcoming the new arrivals of the days. So Pongal will be celebrated. That time Anti-Bogi Pollution Day, that is called Bogi awareness. That time air must be cleaned. With the coordination of Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, they can conduct the activities. In February, Lake Day, Wetlands Day, and in March, Forest Day and Water Day may be observed. In April, they can conduct the World Earth Day. Likewise, we can divide the important environment days and they can be celebrated. Then we can go for the campus. Our Kadir Muhyiddin College, Adirampatnam, will do these kind of activities properly, and I wish them all to do for the conservation of nature in India. Thank you, one and all.